Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his real estate entrepreneur, Omar Alfaro. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, Michael? Thanks for having me. What's up, everybody?
Hey, I've been having a question I've been sitting on for a while that I'm just going to ask you, and I'm going to get it recorded so I can go back and look at it. You've been in this game a long time. You've seen lots of things come and go. You're always expanding, growing, pushing yourself to do more and learn more things. It's awesome. So I have one simple question. How the hell do you stay motivated? How do you keep after it? How do you keep growing and expanding? So how do you stay motivated?
That's a huge question. I mean, there's so many, answers to that. But my thing is, from what I've learned, I now want to help others, and that's what keeps me motivated. Is the being able to impact somebody else's life and help them cut their curve in their real estate journey to either buy their first investment, get their first listing, represent their first buyer. I mean, all these things have an impact to them, because I remember the person that helped me through the process of it when I first started.
Yeah.
Even though it was just like, here you go, let me throw you in a snake pit and figure it out, when I was the youngest guy in the office, by 40 years. and at that point, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this for the long haul, obviously the why, your family, you want to be able to give in my case, my girls, a great life and have more options down the road. Yes, you're going to have that meaning. Yes, you're going to have that burning desire to succeed for them. But after all that's done, like what else are you going to do? Like, are you doing it for yourself too? Because there has to be something in you that you want to do this, because it's a lot simpler to say that, yeah, it's going to be for my wife and my kids. All right. But what else? Because now you're going to be impacting all these other people's lives. And what keeps me motivated is the ability to learn more in this business myself. And because I do know that I don't know everything. And that's the other thing. You got to check yourself too.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's people that are doing what I do in a year. They do it in a month. So that means I'm not done learning. But the thing is, most people out there, they think they made it because they made 100K a year. Sorry, people do that in a month. Michael does that in like 2 weeks. So think about that for a minute. Yeah. So there's always levels. So you have to have your own internal motivation. And I think I'm very, very clear after this Hawaii trip, because this is the first time I took off. And it's pretty sweet that I was able to leave, and I realized that the impact that I'm making for others is what's really driving me. Just like you, Michael.
Yeah.
You have that desire to help so many more people obtain one rental at a time. And it's fucking awesome. Straight up.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me. That's why I stay motivated.
Yeah. So I actually want to rewind the clock a little bit, because you're right. I've gone through an evolution myself. Very clear early in my career, commission-based, my number one motivator was to make a lot of money. And it was all top line. I had no clarity on expenses, no clarity on disposable income. It was just, I wanted to go get the top number. At some point, you realize it's not about the top number. It's actually about discretionary income, right? So it evolved to that number. It was still very, very money oriented and frankly, very selfish. At some point, you get to a comfort level where it hasn't been about the money for a long time. It is about, I'm lucky enough, this book, One Rental at a Time, right? I get now almost every day, I would say at least 5 days a week, I get a book selfie, or I get because my email is in this book, right? So people email me with their stories. They tag me on Instagram, because again, I'm pretty open, and they tell me the story. And that emotional, I don't know what it's called. I'm going to call it emotional currency, is why I keep going. It's why there is a cork board in my hallway right there with all these pictures, right? It's probably got 100 pictures on it. And oh, by the way, folks, there's room for more. So keep sending me pictures, please. I look at it every day I come in and every day I leave. Right. That emotional currency is why I show up and I do 1,000 days in a row and, all those things. So it's funny how it evolves.
No, it does, because everybody that gets in the business initially, it is all about the money in the very
Yeah.
beginning.
Was for
Top
me.
line revenue.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's commission checks. Let's go. Like my story was, hey, you want to sell the houses to make $4,000 or $5,000? Sure, let's go. I was selling cell phones at the time.
Yeah, exactly. A little
it's
bit
like,
more money
all
in a
right.
house.
Yeah, let's go. All right. And then next thing you know, 20 years later, shit, you want to flip some houses? You want to do this? Like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it all.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is. And then you get to a point, you know, you get a little gray hairs, you have some kids.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Yeah, a little bit. But then it's like, how can I impact the next generation? How can we pay back? Right. I remember I drove to Fresno. In 2001. I saw Norris Drive. There was a guy in the
Norris
car.
Drive.
He was 71 or 72. And he was imparting wisdom. And then he took Olivia and I around and showed us what he built over 3 decades with his portfolio. So again, the ability to give back at some point later in the journey is awesome. Don't be selfish, give back, help the next generation. So, you know, things I'm doing today are given back to this guy, Ray, who helped me in the very beginning. So it's kind of fun.
That's awesome, Michael. It's cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, that's why we stay motivated, because there's
Yeah.
always the new horizon. There's always that new chapter, and there's the new person that you're going to impact.
Yeah. On all my goals, I don't have a money goal anymore. As bad. I don't know if it, I mean, so I'm almost 50. If my 30-year-old self would hear me say that today, he would smack me. Right. Cause it was the number one goal. The money goal was like the only goal. It's just weird. I don't know if it's maturity or experience or comfort, but it definitely changes, right? When you try to help 500 people get their first deal and you do it, and then you write a $15K check to charity, that's pretty cool.
That we all participated in. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the other thing that, I mean, I'm all about not quotes. Yeah, I am about quotes too, but it's one of those things where you hear, if you help enough people get what they want, you in turn are going to get what you want.
Yeah.
And that was by the late Jim Rohn.
Love that guy. I probably listen to him once a week, probably when I run or do something. He's just his
voice.
He just talks to you, right? He just
sometimes.
Yeah. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, you're missing out. You search him on YouTube. Get ready for some homespun wisdom and some really positive energy. Omar, how can people find you?
Guys, follow me on IG at Omar_Alfaro, or go to my website, omaralfaro.com.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.